8 or 24?
Number 8. 24 was more challenging.
It's Monday, so that means 3 things. 1, I'm not in the MCM. 2, it's a Mamba Monday. And 3, it's time for the 24 podcast. How you guys doing? I'm your host, the product of poverty's environment, the Chuck Paul. Episode 235. I'm a boss. I'm a boss. I call the shots. Something, something. Something, something. It's going down. Oh, man, you know that Meek Mill featuring Rick Ross track that was off that MMG Volume 1 album. Dope album, by the way. For those who don't know, that song really didn't set Meek off. In My Bag, back in the day off that Flamers mixtape, set Meek off. We're going to talk about some boss talk in a few. But I hope you guys enjoyed your week. Hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. I took an extra week off because I was tired of shit. And it was Jewish holidays. And I'm like, you know what? If I ain't got to go to my day job, I'm not going to pod. But I was thinking about different ways to go about producing episodes from this day forward. If I want to start doing an episode every day. Even if it's like 5 or 10 minutes. Just get up on here, boom, run an episode every day, rather than doing one episode a week for 20 minutes. I could give you guys a new topic every day that's 5 or 6 minutes. So that's something I've been thinking about doing. You guys let me know how you feel about that. Also, we're going to talk about the Super Bowl LX, aka Super Bowl 60. They announced the performer. We're going to talk about some Dame versus Cam verse 50. Well, I was talking about last week, but that shit is too funny for me to not even address. You know what I'm saying? Plus more about this kid David, this R&B emo singer, and some more WoW crime. What is WoW crime? White on white crime. Yes. Yeah, and before I let go. So let me get started right now. Super Bowl LX, aka 60, will be in the Bay Area next February, and Bad Bunny will be performing. That's right, the Puerto Rican Latin star. Oh my goodness, I fucks with Bad Bunny because he's a WWE fan, he's a wrestling fan, and I fuck with everybody who's a wrestling fan, as long as you're not crazy and hateful. Last year Kendrick performed, and a lot of Wayne fans were mad and white folks were mad. Well, guess what? Now everybody mad because we got a Puerto Rican performing, and I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because I just hope that Bad Bunny brings out my guy Booker T when he performs Booker T, because I think he won an award for Booker T. I think he won an award for that song. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, hey, he's won plenty of Billboard Awards, Grammy Awards, Latin Grammy Awards, you know what I'm saying? American Music Awards, Apple Awards, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, he's definitely qualified to perform, and what bothers me as a man, I'm a man. I'm talking about like men here. Like, I'm not talking about any gay men, men who don't watch sports. Men who watch sports. This is directed to you motherfuckers. Since when did we care about who performs at halftime more than who's playing in the Super Bowl? Every year there's some motherfuckers talking about, I'm on the boycott the Super Bowl, I don't want to watch it. Why they got rock and roll at the halftime show? All these Negras, not these Puerto Ricans. Y'all will be okay. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? During the performance, go in the kitchen and sing the Star Spangled Banner or some shit. You know? Fix yourself a mayonnaise sandwich. You know what I'm saying? It's like 10, 15 minutes out the game. You will be okay. It does not affect the game. I promise you that. Moving right along, Dame versus Cam and 50. My goodness, this shit is crazy. If you guys haven't seen it, I'm not going to play any videos from that. Well, I will only play one video as part of Dame's little fake apology, whatever. I am going to speak on this Dame versus Cam and 50 as swiftly as I possibly can. So Dame was on the Breakfast Club about a week and a half ago. And he just came in with energy. He said he wanted a verbal fair one because, you know, he thinks that the Breakfast Club was taking shots at him and whatnot. And rightfully so, they should have, because if you remember back some years ago when he was on the show, and this was like the fall of Dame. This was like the declining of Dame right here. He was saying that they're not real men because they have bosses, and that they're broke, that they're stupid, and stuff like that. And then several years later, you see Dame Dash having all these financial problems, and he is getting property and possession seized from him. You know, so he came to squash all the alleged rumors, I guess. So one rumor that he actually started on his own, he announced on the show that he was going to be the chairman of Revolt and that he will soon be trying to purchase Revolt. And the lie detector detected that was a lie. Vibe magazine ran the story off of Dame's word of mouth. And that's the problem with some people who do these online journalism. They want to be first instead of being correct. And that was the problem. The CEO of Revolt quickly nipped that in the bud and said, no, he is not the chairman. We're just going to put some of his shows in Revolt, and that is all. And then when Dame announced that, he says, yeah, that means I'm going to be Cam's boss. Like, this whole obsession of being someone's boss, you know. And then 50 Cent also announced that he had bought the rights to Pay It in Full. He's going to turn it into a series. Dame took offense to that and said, oh, it's Cap, it's Cap. And after the Revolt announcement, whatever, and mind you, during that episode, Dame said, you know, when things go on Variety and these particular networks and publications, that's when you know it's true. So 50 posted something out of Variety saying, yeah, I own the rights, so I guess I'm not capping. During that interview, Dame was calling Charlamagne gay, said he doesn't respect him as a man. He said if he was in the street, I'd punch you in the face and fuck you up. Charlamagne said, no, you wouldn't. We'd be fighting. Then Dame said, well, that's not what I seen on TV. I seen you run. Charlamagne said, yeah, that was 4 dudes, but you? Yeah. We could fight. Dame was going to leave after he got in his feelings. He was calling them dumb, said they're broke because they have bosses and whatnot. Then he says, oh, I bet my house is bigger than yours. What does that have to do with you being broke? They're seizing your property and possessions, dog. You met at the wrong people. Charlamagne went on and called them Debt Dash. Said he should start a record label called Debt Jam. My God. I'm shocked he didn't say he should start a down south label called So Debt. That was funny. You can't front. You can't front. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Dame brought this upon himself. Because at the end of the day, when you're on your way up, make sure to respect the people that's below you. Because you don't know when you have to come back down and those folks are on the way up. And Cam made a good point. He says Dame always talks about all these people that he put on and made rich. But none of those people are coming to his defense. So what does that say about him? Then Dame said he was going to sue Cameron for $300 million for defamation and all these other things. And then I think Cam reached out to one of their mutual friends. And then Dame had this to say. Oh, Lord.
So, you know, I'm sitting here on the dock looking at the view, and I'm thinking, like, why am I beefing with Cam? And the only reason why is because I just never got to talk to him. He publicly said he wasn't going to talk to me, but almost every OG from Harlem and everyone I respect is like, yo, cut this shit, it's embarrassing. So, you know, Daniel spoke to Cam, and we could resolve this. I just want to talk to him, and it's over. And if you need to, you know, because we can't publicly have us as black people beefing with each other. That's just what they want. They use us to tear each other down. They don't do it. We do it to ourselves, but they usually pay us to do it. And I'm not going to get caught up in that. So I'd prefer to squash this. I want to apologize to Harlem because I know this was embarrassing for Harlem. And I'm man enough, but, you know, the thing is, in Harlem, we deal with things different. It also comes with violence. And I can't be violent, and I won't be violent. And I don't want any of my friends to be violent. My job is to keep them out of jail. So the only way I can deal with things, to keep certain things out of the algorithm, is to answer as soon as somebody says something. And my version of violence is just lawsuits. If I could take it to the streets, I would, but we can't. And the Italian Godfather, part 2, he killed his brother. The black Godfather don't kill his brother. He teaches his brother. So, again, if y'all want to sit down and work it out, I don't even want to be a part of that project that y'all doing. I don't really understand what it is. But I feel like 50, Cam, me, if together we show that we could be beefing, pause, and then come together and maybe do a TV show together, something different, or a movie or something, just showing the world that we can work together, then we would prove everyone wrong. They love us tearing each other down, and I'm not doing that shit. And I apologize to my OGs for embarrassing y'all. But I just wanted to talk to him. And he finally talked to, you know, he finally replied when I hit him with the lawsuit, and I was like, nah, now go talk to Daniel. And if you want to, Daniel, if you want, please arrange us to have a sit down. You know, you can bring who you want. And also 50, you're invited too. But instead of us talking about each other on fucking social media like clowns, let's sit down and talk like real men. Let's take this off the street. The street right now is the internet, and this shit is corny. So I don't want to fight with y'all no more. Now,
then 50 shot that shit down. That's Dame. Tell him I'm not available. And I'm not going to be available until he straightens this shit out with Cam. And Cam pretty much said he ain't fucking with him on his show. And that's a whole nother, yeah. So yeah, man. So Dame was disrespecting the host. He thought he was the chairman of Revolt. They said that's not true. 50 owns the rights to pay them for. Cam will executive produce. Now, Dame went on and did some other lame shit, linked up with Supreme's son, gave him his chain and said it's a loaner chain, I'm need it back, and then said he's gonna create a version of Power with him. You know, like, dude, you were just here talking about you want to squash this, that, and the fourth, and just bullshit, man. Look, it's just sad, you know, how the mighty have fallen. I just want to address that bullshit real quick, man. Get it out the way, you know, because other fish to fry. But man, what you guys think about this whole Dame, Cam, and 50 shit? I think Dame needs to just lay low and take care of his personal business. Leave the internet alone. You know what I'm saying? Leave it alone. Moving right along to some more serious things. Now, I never heard of this guy. You know what I'm saying? This singer named David, spelled D4VD. Who is he, matter of fact? Well, he's an R&B, alternative, indie, pop, emo singer, etc. But here's why he's in the news. A dismembered 15-year-old girl was found dead in the trunk of a car that was registered in his name. And then she's been identified as Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And apparently they were in a secret relationship since she was 13. He's 20 years old. So he was messing around with her when he was 18, she was 13. He was still popping, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The mother said she's been missing for the past 2 years and that she had a boyfriend named David. So I don't know if she knew that this guy in particular was David or knew his age and this, that, and the fourth, but... And they also have matching tattoos on their fingers. I couldn't find them both together, but the matching tattoos, but I seen pictures of hers and his, but you got to find it on your own. He also has a song named after her, some songs dedicated to her. And he also had a coffin on tour where fans can sign names of the dead, lost ones that they missed. Creepy. I know. And funny enough, he's just now recently started canceling tour dates because of the attention that this case is getting. He hasn't been arrested yet. You know, it's all circumstantial at this point. The body was found in the trunk of a Tesla. I believe it was in a junkyard, and one of the guys who worked there smelled the body in the car. You know how bad that stench must be to be able to smell it in a junkyard? And I watch a lot of true crime shows, and this motherfucker guilty as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure they probably raided his house already, took all his digital devices and whatnot, searched through the Discord, his chats. All they need to do is find a picture of the girl. Well, I don't know if she had clothes, if the dismembered body parts still had her clothes on, she was naked or whatnot, because if they had any clothing in there, they could use a DNA swap, whatever, get pictures like, yo, we seen you together, this and that, and this and that, and the fourth. But yeah, this shit is sick and sad. You know what I'm saying? A 13-year-old girl with an 18-year-old touring the country. Wow, who knows? And things like this, it's like, why did he kill her? Did she want to go public? Was she about to leave him? Was he abusing her? Was she pregnant? We'll find out. I'm gonna keep up with this case, because this shit crazy. And speaking of crazy, oh my God, more wild crime. More white on white crime. It's crazy because when a black person shoots a black person, it's black on black crime. And usually when a white person shoots a white person, it's not known as anything. But when they shoot up a whole school or a church, whatever, it's just called mass shooting. But everybody who was shot in this situation were white. So we're gonna call it white on white crime. And to be honest with you, like I tell people all the time, black, white, Puerto Rican, Indian, racist, non-racist, prejudice, you're more than likely going to harm somebody you're mostly around. White folks are going to kill more white people because that's their main demographic. Black people are more than likely to harm other black people because that's their demographic. Same with Puerto Ricans, Italian neighborhoods, Irish neighborhoods, Asian neighborhoods. It's common sense, but common sense ain't too common. But let me continue. Over the weekend, Nigel Max Edge, a 40-year-old white former Marine, was arrested in connection to a mass shooting at a waterfront bar in Southport, North Carolina, killing 3 and injuring 5 after opening fire from his boat. He served from 03 to 09. He pulled up in a boat, opened fire with an assault rifle, just shooting motherfuckers. Like, for what? And then yesterday, Thomas Jacob Sanford, another 40-year-old white man with military background also, from Michigan, opened fire on a Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc Township in Michigan. He first rammed the church with a vehicle, got out, and then opened fire on people. Then he set the church on fire. At least 4 were killed, 2 of them were shot, and 8 were injured. He was killed by authorities on the scene. What did your boy Charlie Kirk Franklin say? One death is worth it just to keep our Second Amendment? Well, it is what it is, huh? Yeah. The true face of hate. Old white men. Before I let go. This Friday, Sean P. Diddy, Puffy, Puff Daddy, Brother Love Combs will face his sentencing. Will he be let go from prison, or will he be sentenced to 5 years? We don't know. But 6 of his kids wrote letters. His mama, Janice, also wrote a letter to the judge. And both of his exes, Danatron, not to be confused with Gina, and Young Miami, both wrote letters to the judge on Diddy's behalf. So let's see what happens, man. I'm not gonna hold you. Let this dude go, because he ain't the monster that y'all was saying he is, according to the federal findings. Because it ain't like it's just some random girl making accusations. The feds raided his shit and found nothing worth sticking. So, yeah. Free that man. You know what I'm saying? Free him. Whew. Jam-packed episode. Again, you guys let me know if I should do episodes every day, Monday through Friday, 5-6 minutes of a topic, or do you like the long format? I'll give you one long episode on Monday. Like I always say, man, like, share, subscribe, comment. God is good. God is great. Thank God my paper's straight. I am the Pork Chuck Paul. Peace out.